Meet Dushan Vejinovic, a senior research analyst from European Foundation for South Asian Studies, who has been researching about the excesses of the Pakistani establishment in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan, and how POK is being used to propagate terror in the entire region.
Since the Afghan war during the communist era, it has been Pakistan's state policy to support terrorist and religious extremist groups. I do not believe that merely declaring Pakistan as a terrorist state would bring any difference to the region. I think it is in the interest of peace and, more importantly, in Pakistan's own interest to recognize that its state policy is jeopardizing the lives of its own citizens. The only people who can change this current situation are common Pakistanis themselves. People of Pakistan must realize that democracy and institutional civil administration need to be strengthened. The army's influence and role must be defined clearly, and the army should not be allowed to act as de facto rulers of the state.
Experts claim that Pakistan uses tactics like no media access, no freedom to express oneself as a means to deflect attention from alleged atrocities and forced disappearances. It is also claimed that Pakistan is fomenting religious extremism in the region.
I don't believe that violence solves anything. Jammu and Kashmir has been facing violence for the last 26 years. It has only brought miseries to the Kashmiri people. However, I do think that by supporting cross-border terrorism, Pakistan has turned the issue of Jammu and Kashmir, which in essence is a political issue, into a religious issue. This policy has totally negated interests of Kashmiri people. The issue requires a political approach and demands a political solution. But I agree with you, it is impossible until cross-border terrorism remains a reality. The issue can only be solved through dialogue between all the concerned parties, while accepting the fact that they will have to coexist together.
Over several decades, Pakistan has also failed to follow the resolution of United Nations and withdraw its illegal forces stationed in POK.
Pakistan has been an aggressor when it comes to Jammu and Kashmir by invading it in 1947. There have been many treaties between India and Pakistan, including the Shimla Agreement, which in essence make the UN resolutions expendable. Yet, as far as the UN resolutions are concerned, Pakistan is legally obliged to withdraw its forces from Jammu and Kashmir. Pakistan has failed to do so for the last 17 years, which consequently means that the UN resolutions could not be implemented. The only solution for this is to strengthen democratic institutions and, despite the risks, raise voice against injustice and infringement of basic political and human rights. I hope that the international community takes note of this grave.
The world community has on several occasions thought of isolating Pakistan for its open support to safe terror havens.